y'all. I am going to talk to you today about how excited I am that I get to go steam. I know many of you look at these posts and maybe ignore them, in which case you're not even seeing this one right now. Or you watch it and just keep thinking, why? What for? That is just bizarre. That's weird. Because I kind of thought that for a long time. So I'm going to tell you why and how not weird it is. Why do I steam? First of all, I'm not going to talk about the energetic level, which is amazing and probably the main reason that I'm steaming. But I'm going to talk to you about the physical benefits and why I'm so excited to go steam today. My period was 4 days. In the past, when I am not steaming regularly, my period drags on, and it can be 5, 6, 7 days, what with the endless spotting. But when I'm steaming, that does not happen. When I'm steaming, my blood flow is so much less, it's actually manageable. I'm not running to have to change out my pad every hour for hours at a time. So my period is lighter. It is cleaner in that it's shorter. It has a very clean start date, and then it ends. And I'm done. So those are two benefits. Pain. I hardly have any cramps, if any, when I'm steaming. I don't mean when I'm steaming. I mean when during my regular cycle I'm steaming. I don't steam when I have my period. But then when I get my period, I don't need to take Advil. And I used to live on Advil for at least 3 days. I would take it at least 4 times a day, usually 3 Advil. 4 times a day minimum for 3 days in a row. That was my routine. And I do not need to do that anymore. If anything, I just take 1 or 2 Advil once during my period, and that's all I needed. I mean, if that isn't a selling point, I don't know what is. And finally, the reason that I ended up steaming to begin with was because I have fibroids. And I still have fibroids. But when I am actively engaged in the practice of steaming, they do not bother me. I do not know if they are actually shrinking. I'm hoping they are. But because I'm not diligent enough and I fall off the wagon of steaming, I think that this is something that would need to be more ongoing. But what I do notice is they stop bothering me. So even if they're not shrinking, they're no longer causing me pain. They're no longer causing me this sensation of bloating and heaviness that they so constantly do when I fall off the wagon and stop steaming. So these are the reasons that I steam. These are the reasons that I no longer look at this as a weird, bizarre practice, but rather a natural practice that can support us in ways that my OBGYN would never have been able to help at all. The only option that I had with her was to have surgery and to get a hysterectomy. It's an option, but so is steaming. And for people who want to keep their uterus because they're still of an age where perhaps they want to have children, or they just want to keep experiencing that cycle that they've experienced all their life that maybe in some ways makes them who they are. This is just an amazing thing. Definitely worth looking into. So get in touch if you're interested. Soon I will be hosting more workshops and steam circles.